Oh no. I feel a musical coming along.
This is the CodeO-cast, filling your day with stories.
But mostly memes though. And chaos.
Memes that you won't believe.
Not sponsored by Cheetos.
Hopefully we will be sponsored by the Cheetos. Here to entertain. It's the CodeO-cast.
This is fun. Life is a simulation. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the CodeO-cast here. It's your usual boys.
I'm
So
out
we
of
have
frame.
a cold one and a warm one with the boys here.
And a room temperature.
And a room temperature one.
Thanks, man.
No. Okay.
Oh no. 10 out of 10 start. Today
What am I looking at?
What?
Oh, yeah,
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
No, you go back.
All right.
Oh, you
I was
found
trying to
the-
find the questions, but
This
this
is
is what
you,
I landed on.
idiot.
What the heck do y'all watch on here?
This is his Discord.
Ah!
That is Cody's Discord.
Why are you going to those chats? Not even I go into those chats.
That is his legacy.
That's not my
This
legacy.
is Cody's legacy.
I don't even go into those chats.
I was trying to find the chat
I
with the
don't know,
question
man.
on it because I remember seeing one, but I didn't.
You can't just tell the FBI that wasn't my hard drive.
No, but in all seriousness, no, I don't even look at those.
I will
things,
never
dude.
forget what I just saw.
Describe it to me.
No.
In detail.
No.
Entice
I
me.
know what he
It all
saw.
started in 1977 at the Battle of Yavin.
What's the Battle of Yavin?
The Battle of God, I can't do it again.
God damn it.
I
We
didn't
don't have a
try
question.
last
Trust
time.
me,
was gonna
I
try this
checked.
time,
I
but
hid
was
my
gonna mess
phone
it
from
up.
Freddy knowing that shit was going to pop up. I checked before the stream. We had no questions on that Discord.
All right. Well, I believe.
There's
it.
nothing on there.
Well,
I checked thoroughly.
I'll have the iPad here.
I made sure he didn't get to see that shit thoroughly. I was like,
We get your
We
point,
don't
loser.
but you're still opening
It's,
it.
Hey,
I have it here for the fan art.
Shut up. Shut up.
I hate this.
Episode lucky number 7.
Everything falls apart here. We're in the dark timeline now.
You guys know how 7's a holy number? Or this is the where it ends.
It's actually not biblical that the seven's a holy number. That was made up by American Catholicism, created like 100 years ago, something like that.
Isn't it great how we've mentioned Catholicism twice in this entire podcast series?
Because they're wrong. All of them are
And
wrong.
not
and
one-
stupid.
And not one pedo joke.
They're all pretty wrong. I mean, yeah, that's also one of the reasons why they're wrong and stupid.
I should know. I used to be Catholic.
Oh.
Anyways, question time. Today we
What
decided
flavor is bi is that?
Antioxidant infusion. I'm gonna put a
No,
picture
that's
right
that's literally
Putting
what they
up
have
a
on every
picture right
flavor,
here.
but
Oh,
there's
okay.
a specific
here.
flavor.
This is Malawi mango.
Ooh.
Maui.
Maui. Maui.
Maui.
I'm a mistake.
Our sound guy is having a great time.
No, you're gonna just put the picture up right here. Do you
All right,
remember?
my bad. My bad.
Editing, man.
Here, here.
No, and no.
no. Anyways,
Anyways, so he came up with the bright idea to have a Q&A for today's podcast, but surprisingly enough, we have 2 questions.
for the
I
second
don't-
time in a row.
Hey, I
no,
did it
so
on time
here,
this
here.
time.
No,
That was
I know,
not my
I know it's
fault.
not your fault, but it's funny how every time that we do this, no one answers that one
The
one
The
video.
funny thing is, out of all videos that I did that day, some others had like 5 to 13
I know,
comments, and
'cause
then
I was
that's
looking at it.
that one, ladies and gentlemen, that one that we wanted comments on has two questions.
Hey, we'll just grow from it. Instead of making one video asking one question, you make your usual content and then tack it on the end. Like, hey, a question. I don't
I mean,
know.
he got you there. I mean, he did try the second. He tried a second video.
I
remind you of
did. I like stitched the like part of the first video onto a second video. I'm like, hey guys, please check out this video. Please go leave like a comment, stuff like that. Nothing. The funny thing is that other video, in the midst of me getting all these views, that one did bad too. I'm sad. I hated that.
I think you just can't ask for stuff.
I can't ask for anything on there anymore.
No, here's the thing. Instead of asking every so often, every video ask for a question. Every video ask for
Give
comments.
us content.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't you ask every video? It's like something we should do.
Boom. Now that's the growing process.
Now after all of these videos, we're gonna ask you stuff.
We should ask everything for every video. 'Cause what's
Everything?
up?
What is everything included?
I don't know.
I need $40.
Well, you're
Subscribe to our
expressing your
OnlyFans
needs. You were
today,
asking a
please. We need the
question.
money. We need the money. Subscribe to our OnlyFans today.
Wait. No.
What? Okay,
We
well.
need the money.
We're not that desperate.
So we
Hey,
have
Jesus,
two.
do you hear me?
Yeah.
I pray to you every
Jesus,
night.
please.
Where are you?
Dear Catholic Jesus.
Specifically Catholic.
Specifically Catholic Jesus. It's the white Jesus.
And no.
Also Jewish Jesus. I know you're just a prophet, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean the Americans were right with that Joseph Smith guy. He totally had it right.
So we had a question?
We had two questions.
Awesome.
One of them seems more geared to me and Carlos,
There
but
you
the
go.
others seem more geared to all of us.
Awesome.
Whatever gears you got, as long as they're not
Well-
guilty.
I like gears.
Of
Did you
war?
ever hear about the gear
Of
wars?
war?
Gear
Of
war.
war.
Wars.
The Gear Awards?
What?
I can't make anything on this channel. Anyways, so the first question goes, and we'll put it right here so y'all can see.
Right on my face.
Lower.
Let's bring it down.
Hopefully we'll have a penguin here for this video. I need to get
Now
work
make it
on
do
that.
dance.
Let me write that down.
Oh no, it fell off the tape. Oh,
It's
brought
a
it back
million
up.
pieces! Oh my god, its intestines are flowing out! Medic!
you can't put CPR on this.
Put it back in me!
That's what she said.
Here, would you,
You
use this
ruined
knife?
it, you disgusting man.
I wanted it to stop. Okay.
Just so y'all know, I wrote Y on my tablet. Just Y.
And we'll put the Y right here.
And here and here and here.
And hopefully next video we'll have a penguin right here, just as our mascot. I need to get on that. Anyways, first question goes: if you could specialize in one martial art like karate, Muay Thai, boxing, etc., what would it be and why?
Dang, dog.
The sport of mixed martial arts. Because it's already been proven that most martial arts are just for show. And MMA is one of the few that actually focus on actual combat. And it's already been tested and proven that the MMA for actual combat can destroy almost all the traditional kind of combat sport things they have, which are mainly just for show. So,
I mean, it's not mainly just for show. It's also for the philosophy.
oh yeah, that's fair. But like, you advertise combat, and you're like, hey, come here if you're getting bullied or something, or hey, come here if you're, you want to learn how to freaking kill 3 people at once.
Yeah, and the general public's not very philosophical.
That is also true.
Oh.
Come here if you
They,
want to
they
kill.
cast the wide net, and once they're there, they'll see who's actually in it.
Oh.
MMA.
So we got Carlos with MMA. Anybody else want to chime in?
I mean, aside from MMA, I would be interested in like, I mean, I'm sure y'all have probably seen Ip Man with the, I think it's Wing Chun or whatever. When he's just waving his hands real fast, dude. Just using a speed bag, basically. That guy, well, at least, I mean, of course, for a movie, I'm sure it's probably also like brought up and stuff. But like those movies are pretty cool. So that just looks cool. That'd be one that'd be interest. Aside as a second, it would be Bruce Lee's martial arts, which I think it's called Jeet Kune Do or something like that. That one would be cool too, just because Bruce Lee is awesome and he was able to punch so fast the cameras couldn't catch it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he had to slow down his punches for his movies.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
That is.
So that's what I got.
Punching faster than the speed of light, Freddy.
I'm not sure about that, but faster than a camera can capture.
That reminds me of the from episodes 1, 2, and 3 from Star Wars. They actually when they were lightsaber dueling, they were going so fast the cameras couldn't catch them, so they had to slow down the footage.
Oh wow,
So the footage you see in those episodes are slowed down, which is pretty cool.
that's pretty cool. They had actual lightsabers.
Anyway, Omar, what's your favorite? Whatever.
If you could go into like any type of combat arts, what would it be pretty much?
I'm gonna be
Why?
the basic boy because I never got to do it. It was karate.
Ah.
I remember always going to school. No, not going to school. Just going to, I think, the local Walmart. And on the way, there was just a open studio that could be rented out for anything.
Yeah.
And for a year, it was rented out by a karate teacher. And I was like, well, that'd be cool. I could learn karate. And my parents thought of doing it, like signing me up for a while. Then I guess once I actually wanted to commit to it, it was gone.
Damn.
I think it was replaced by a photography studio.
Hey, you want to learn photography?
No. Good thing by that age I was already in middle school, so I ended up in band instead.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it all started.
Yeah, dude, you could have been a black belt, but now you're band man.
The black belt's over there.
Hey, you got your black belt somehow.
Nice.
I saw you get a cramp trying to kick like last year.
Yeah, because I didn't do it for like 2 years.
But I thought you were a 2-time black belt.
Yeah, you guys continue doing it.
Yeah.
2 years will take out your 2-time black belt, Carlos.
Stop being happy. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, funny how you said your local Walmart. It's like your local mom and pop shop. You know, Walmart, there for you. Support the local business.
It was pretty funny because I feel like when I moved over here, I started realizing that H-E-B and Walmart, they strategically put their locations so they're like, hey, you want to come over here? You don't want to go over there. You want to come over here? Because where I'm from, both are 2 minutes away from each other in a drive. So, and they're on the same street. So when we were on the way to get groceries, it was either if we actually need groceries, we go to H-E-B, but if we just want to go for everything else, we go to Walmart.
Well, I think they do that because they work for the same distribution company. They think they use the same distribution company, so they want to be closer so they can have the same route. I think. I'm not 100% sure.
I thought that was Walmart and Sam's Club.
Yeah, I mean, they're the same like brother and sister company.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as distribution company, like to deliver the goods and stuff, I think H-E-B and Walmart use the same one. And I think they kind of go hand in hand in how their profits go together. So they kind of want to stay close together so they can deliver fairly close. I think. I'm probably dead wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's why they're always so close to each other.
Maybe. Who
We're
knows?
gonna source the article right here.
Because I feel that H-E-B is pretty local to Texas, and I
It
know
is.
that there's a few that go outside, but Walmart's international. Last time I checked,
It is.
it's in Mexico. That makes it international.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird. I don't know what my mom would do to determine which one we would go to, but she just did. It was sometimes we would take the extra 2 minutes to go to Walmart, or sometimes we just wouldn't. So I don't know. All I know is that it was a plus, so it didn't matter which one I go to. There was be electronics on both, so I would just go mess around at the electronics aisle. What she would do.
What electronics does H-E-B have?
Just like the gaming section.
Oh
Either
yeah,
games.
HB used to have that. And then
Yeah,
Really?
whenever you go to an HB
Yeah.
Plus, it adds entertainment and other stuff. It's basically
Oh,
Walmart.
I've never been to a Plus.
Yeah, you have to go to a Plus.
I also did go to Washington in 8th grade, but whatever.
Just throwing that out there.
You want to start bringing that up?
I just want to know why you went to an H-E-B Plus and I didn't. Oh wait, you've also gone to Washington and you've gone to a million other places.
I was kind of disappointed when I went because I've heard that classes passed got to actually walk inside the White House. Well, when we got there, we just got to the fence and we just looked at it. We were like, "All right, moving on."
That's
So, all right, $1,200 later, well spent.
1,200.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because it was flights. The other middle school also took that trip, but they went in charter buses.
Can you look up this number for me?
So they took.
I don't know who that is.
Go continue.
Sorry, continue.
So they took more time. They had to take off like a day and a half in advance from when we did to go to a plane, but theirs was about $400 cheaper because we took 4 planes, 2 on the way and 2 on the way back. I think it was from I think the nearest airport in McAllen all the way to Houston, and then from Houston all the way to I want to say Maryland is where we got. So it was like 30 minutes. Short flight and then a 4-hour long flight to get to Maryland. I think that's where we got.
I've never been on a plane.
It's not as bad as you think. The first time it was shaky. Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, you do feel it.
Planes are fun.
It was awkward since in 7th grade I got suspended, and the same principal who suspended me sat next to me in the plane, and she passed me a pack of gum. She passed me a piece of gum for me to not pop my ears
Oh,
as
wow.
the plane was taking off.
Wait, did
And-
she suspend you for chewing gum?
No, she suspended me for
Dang.
something much worse.
What did you do?
Well,
That-
literally anything is worse than chewing gum. So
No, but I
it
mean,
could
like,
be anything.
But this is Omar we're talking about. What did you do to get suspended?
We can talk about that later.
All right,
I
well,
would like
finish
to
your
keep,
story.
I would like to
I
keep
would,
that off.
I would have never thought that he would be somebody who would ever get suspended in
I
his
think
life.
I've heard this one
No,
before.
you have, but
this
I-
is an off the table conversation.
yeah, but this
for
is
sure.
this is an
Yeah.
off the table
Oh, okay.
conversation. This does not go
Oh,
here.
okay.
So
You guys will never know.
it'll be cut anyways.
Yes.
So basically,
Oh, now he wants to cut.
I know, right?
All of a sudden, he's master editor.
so when we got on the plane, I felt kind of awkward. She ended up assigning the seat that ended up next to me.
Yep.
And so as she's giving me this piece of gum, I'm chewing it, and we already took off. We're in the air, and I'm like, does she remember? Like at all? And she never said anything, never told me anything. What made it more awkward is that a few years later, I ended up dating her niece. And I didn't find out till after I started dating her niece.
Wow.
The good thing is, and after we, even when we were dating, I never saw that principal again. So
Okay. Wow.
no hard feelings. So I'm sure she just suspended me, held a grudge for a little bit, and totally forgot about it.
Wait,
Since she has
Hold on. I think I got lost in the story a bit.
What?
So, your principal,
yeah, my
suspended-
middle school principal.
middle school principal suspended you for whatever.
Yeah.
And then when did this event take place?
This took place in 7th grade. Follow up in 8th grade year when we went to the DC trip. She went as a chaperone. And
Oh, okay. So
ended
she
up
wasn't.
sitting-
So she wasn't in the position of principal.
She was.
Okay, so she was still in the position of principal,
Mhm.
and she sat next to you and just handed you on whatever.
Yeah, I didn't think much of it until we took off.
Okay, at the time, what was the time difference between the suspensions?
So let's see. I want to say the suspension was 7th grade. I think it was in the spring, and the suspension was like a day.
So a day before you got suspended?
No. Wait. Sorry. Wait. What?
He meant like the time from when you got suspended to when you were sitting next to him on the
Yes.
Oh, okay. It was a year later.
plane.
A whole year later.
A whole year. Okay, never mind. Well,
So-
that's fine.
I don't know, but my 8th grade self was feeling a little bit panicked. It's like, what if she tells me something, or what if she's like just naturally mean? Because like I seem like a troubling kid in 7th grade. In 8th
Yeah.
grade, I mellowed out and I just stopped doing anything bad.
Yeah.
Because I just learned my lesson. But it was just awkward for me in that moment. And then a few years go by. I'm in marching band. I'm enjoying my high school life. I find this great girl and I start dating her. And come to find out that she's actually the niece of the same principal. And as soon as I found that out, all these memories started flooding of me sitting in the principal's office, me being told that I'm gonna get suspended.
And then actually getting suspended.
then actually getting suspended. What else? Yeah, and then also the flashback of me sitting next to her in the plane, feeling a little nervous. So
Oh, okay.
at first I was like, I don't like this, but as soon as we landed in Maryland, I didn't see her at all after that, since there was like a good amount of kids who went to the trip.
Yeah.
And you got to pick your roommates, since there was like 4 kids per hotel room. So
Dang,
It-
y'all were in a
it-
hotel? Which hotel?
it's been so long, but it was because I think we stayed in Maryland for about 4 days, and then we stayed in New
4
Jersey
days.
for 2 days.
Dang.
So was he?
Joyzy. But yeah, I think we got to go to Virginia, this is not in order, but Virginia, Maryland, DC, New Jersey,
They're all right there, yeah.
New York City.
Uh-huh.
Did I say Pennsylvania?
Now you did.
Not in Pennsylvania. So we went about 5-6 states. So I went to most of the East Coast. I was gonna finish that list when we were gonna go to Florida this year, but that didn't happen.
Ah.
So
Okay.
now I want to go to the West Coast. Never eat southern
You
water.
go to the
Yeah,
West Coast, yeah. Yeah, East Coast, a bunch of small cities, or states.
States.
Yeah, because the early colonies and stuff. And then they later got, as you go more west, you see they're getting bigger because they're wanting to get more bigger land. They're like,
exactly.
this is actually a lot more than we thought.
Let's keep all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been recently seeing a lot of YouTubers that live in that West Coast area,
Yep.
and some that take everyone who's big in YouTube lives in California.
Yeah.
And so I've seen some YouTubers that take the trip up to Oregon and how beautiful it is because of all nature there. And it's not as hot. It's raining, but it's still very beautiful. So I want to take the trip to Oregon one day.
Is that where the trail's at?
Yeah.
What trail?
Yeah.
The Oregon Trail.
I don't know why I didn't get you at first. I was like, what?
Why
it's,
wouldn't it?
it's part of it, but I don't think it's the whole thing is there. Right, Jesus? Right?
Maybe if we move to
Yeah,
California,
of
we could
course.
actually
Yeah.
get-
It's not the whole trail. It's just in
The
Oregon.
trail is towards Oregon, so yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Maybe if we move to California, we'll actually be decent
Ew,
YouTubers.
don't ever say that again. California's disgusting.
Cody has died of dysentery.
Cody has contracted scurvy.
Oh, man.
Dude, no, like I work at a call and I get like a lot of calls from California. Dude, Californians are, I'm sorry if this offends you, but I don't. Californians are the most egotistical, stuck-up, pathetic, puny little whiny brats
I believe
Ever.
that.
had the pleasure of talking on the phone in my life.
I believe that.
So what you're saying is it was still your pleasure.
But
So-
yeah,
What? There? I thought you were taking calls from Maryland.
No,
no,
that's me.
that was him.
Used to be me.
Oh, okay.
I take calls from everywhere.
Yeah, my
Everywhere
calls.
now?
My
Yeah.
calls with Maryland, DC, and Northern Virginia.
Oh.
I get calls from everywhere, but the biggest portion of calls I get from are from big cities, so New York, California, even the Valley. Actually, I got a few calls from McAllen and Edinburgh today.
Oh, really?
Dude, I had one really rude guy from Edinburgh.
What did he say?
He was a jerk, bro. He was like, "Hey, my stuff isn't working. Fix it." I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just do this. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up." I was like, "All right, I'm sorry." And then I was like, "All right, how about I just send you a technician?" "Fine. How are they gonna let me know I'm here?" I was like, "I can just use your phone." "I only have my home phone number on there. How are you gonna contact my cell phone, you idiot?" I was like, "You want me to put your cell phone on there?" "Yes." Put your cell phone. All right, I did that for you. "All right, fine." And then he hung up. I was like, "I'm sorry."
What?
It makes it sound like he paid to watch something on TV and the internet just went out or something like that.
I mean, the internet went out in the middle of the day.
I mean, it did. It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He was a jerk. But yeah, all the Californians that I get calls from are all like the worst.
I can imagine.
They all sound like Khloe Kardashian.
Oh no!
And this is all the men. All the men sound like
Oh
Khloe Kardashian.
Oh my god.
And
no.
using that fry voice.
Oh no.
The one named strongest man in Texas, strongest man in California.
Meme. Yeah, dude.
I've never seen that one, but I think I'm gonna laugh when I find it.
Yeah, dude. Like seriously, all the men in California are just pieces of the Kardashians, just everywhere, and it's so infuriating. And they're trying to move to Texas and make Texas blue. Soon they're gonna make Texas California, and then we're gonna have to move to California and make that Texas
Your state is now our state.
our state.
Oh no.
Yeah, Californians are the worst. New York people are funny, but they're also pretty stupid.
What do you mean?
I have a lot of people from New York don't know how to work a computer.
Oh my god. Is New York full of boomers?
Dude. Well, yeah, there was some boomers, but I legitimately had like a working woman who was working at home who literally asked me, "How do I get on my Wi-Fi on my computer?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Wait, is your internet out? Can anything work?" And she was like, "No, everything works. I just don't know how to get my computer on the internet." I was like, because I thought
no.
this is way too easy of
Just
a
be like,
situation.
just be like, hey, just look it up on the internet.
I was like, "You have your phone, right? Look up stupid." God.
And you're just thinking I need to lap this out for time's sake.
Yeah, that's true. But it's funny because I literally didn't think I'd have to say this, but I said, "Can you look for your start menu?" And she was like, "I know where that's at." She clicked it. I was like, "Do you see a gear icon?" She was like, "Oh my god, yes." I was like, "Look for network settings." She was like, "I see it. I was like, "Look for your Wi-Fi name." And then we finally got it connected. She was like, "Thank you, you're a genius." I was like, "No, you're stupid."
I like how in the story you portray as like somebody's super excited and you're just there like, I'm done with
No,
this
that's
shit.
literally me most of the time. Their questions are so... I didn't know people were still so stupid about the internet. And they're always from New York.
You only ever hear about the smart people. Nobody realizes there's billions more people in the world that are not smart.
Yeah, it's true, man. They highlight all the smart people. You don't get the spotlight of the stupid guys. You know who spots like them? Us.
Oh my gosh.
Us casual workers have to deal with them.
Customer service, that's where you find all the idiots.
Dude.
Oh yes, dude, for real.
I feel like it's a filter because that's the people who gave up and decided to call. There's you don't know what it took them to get to that point. She probably got frustrated asking whoever on through the phone. She probably tried to look it up, but no internet. So how was she gonna look it up? So I want to
Well, she
imagine those
had internet.
people.
Well, she had internet, just not on her computer. But here's the funny thing about it, though. Californians are smart with technology, but they're so lazy and pampered and have a silver spoon in their mouths. They do no work and make you do everything for them and blame you for it. While New Yorkers will do everything they can to fix the problem, but they're just stupid. So it's just really funny how that works.
And they're also on different parts of the United States.
How funny is that? That's weird how that works.
10 out of 10.
Jeez, so kind-hearted fools and
Yeah.
mean-spirited divas.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Bro. I'd rather live in New York, I think. I heard California's really dirty.
New York's
yeah.
pretty dirty.
Yeah, actually, now I think about it, New York's probably pretty dirty.
Dude,
The
New York's
size
got
of
a
their
bunch of
rats,
trash.
Dude, I want to go to Norway.
You want to go to Norway?
Heck yeah.
I want to take a month-long vacation in Norway.
That'd be cool. Norway looks nice.
Jesus, are you down? Like, are you legitimately down, though? Get a job so we can go to Norway. I do have a job. I don't want to pay for two people to go to Norway, though.
I need a job.
How cheap are flights?
It's not
down
just
in
like
Norway?
a one-sided
I looked
trip.
them up. I
Yeah.
found a one-way flight for like 500.
One way?
I mean, round trip.
Oh, okay.
Round trip for 500.
We're at round trip for 500.
Oh my
and
god, that's so cheap.
Apparently, to survive a week in Norway, you only need like $800.
What currency do they use over there?
I looked it up.
These Norwegian bucks.
No.
I made that up.
I forgot.
Editor, put it here.
I looked it up. I'll look for it right now. Norwegian.
That's always something that I wondered. You
They're,
think so?
Oh, they're Norwegian krone.
Crone.
What is like the difference from that to $1?
The dollar's way more expensive. 1 krone is 12 US cents.
Wait, so is crone kind of their equivalent to a penny?
No,
No,
krone's
no.
their dollar. Well, I mean, I guess technically it kind of would be. It's more like their dime.
So crone is like their dime.
Yeah, because I looked it up. You need 14,000 krones to survive with housing and stuff for a week in New Orleans. Why am I saying
Norway.
Norway. Sorry, in Norway,
Norway.
you need 14,000 krones, and when you transfer that to US dollars, it's like $800.
Oh. So $1,300 per person.
Basically.
I want to go to Japan.
But if I can find like a nice cheap Airbnb, just buy snacks.
Nice. I wanna
Japan
go-
would be cool too.
Dude, I looked up tickets. Round trips, cheapest I found are like $2,000.
Jesus.
It's Japan.
What if we like take a flight to the really sad part of Japan? We just Uber like to
Just like
Tokyo.
the
Is it
darkest
would it be cheaper to go to China and then take a boat to Japan?
Risk Wuhan.
Oh no. We're getting demonetized now. Wait.
Oh yeah, we gotta get censored now. Imagine China fights small YouTubers.
Oh man,
It's just Winnie the Pooh trying to kill us.
put up your mittens, boo.
That's something I haven't thought of because you know how every day they're always reporting is like new cases.
Boo
are-
China.
Are at a record high or whatever.
Yeah.
But I
Isn't
remember
that
at the beginning of all
Janet?
this, they were like, it all came from Wuhan, and look how it's looking in Wuhan. All right, we're bad in America. And then they never said anything else about Wuhan. I wonder how it is right now.
Let's look it up.
I remember.
China's constantly lying about their numbers, so I was gonna say it's great.
I remember.
Plus,
hearing
America
that
also
these,
sucks. So
According to China,
We suck too. Yeah.
they only have 87,000 cases,
Which is a lie.
and they've recovered 82,000.
That doesn't sound right.
America, I'm sure, has way more.
We're a bunch
number
of
one.
fucking
yeah, they only
retards.
like break records or something.
Apparently,
for-
U.S. has the highest tally in the world at 22 million, and the highest death toll at 376,000.
We're honest about at least that.
Even then, it's not very honest.
Yeah, no.
Have you seen the president or the one that's getting kicked out?
You know what? I'm just happy that Power Rangers is being filmed in New Zealand, where it's nearly gone.
What?
Power
All he
Rangers,
cares about is Power Rangers. man.
Power Rangers is filmed in New Zealand, and in New Zealand, there's almost no cases.
Oh,
When there is a case, they immediately report it, and they get rid of it real quick.
the way I understood it was that you were happy that Power Rangers is being recorded in New Zealand because because Power Rangers is going to be gone from New Zealand
What?
for some reason. Because you said it's almost nearly gone. You didn't mention anything about
Power
the
Rangers
disease.
is nearly gone.
Well, actually,
New Zealand's almost got them cut out.
that's technically a true statement because for those who don't know, Power Rangers is taken from a Japanese show in Japan and is just dubbed over and you replace the Japanese actors with American actors. You just replace the Japanese scenes with the American
Do
scenes.
they do that with Beast Morphers?
Yes, they do.
Really?
Yeah, it's
All
just
of
in
them.
HD.
Whoa.
I know, right?
Beast Morphers looks so good.
It looks.
That's
so
the
good.
one that I'll actually watch. And
It's
enjoy.
good. You should check it out sometime.
Well, I actually really liked. What was the one with Tommy?
Then Tommy,
There's a
all
lot
of
of them with Tommy.
There's
almost
six of
every
them.
one of them.
I like the ones with Tommy.
Dino Thunder.
I like Dino Thunder.
So
That's
do
the
I.
one.
Zio.
Dino Thunder was good. But the ending was trash.
Yeah, it was.
The
It was
ending
rough, I feel.
trash.
But back to what I was saying. They ended their contract with Toei, which is the parent company of Super Sentai, which is the equivalent of Power Rangers in Japan.
Okay.
So they will no longer be able to grab that footage and use it in America. So
We actually have to film our own fight scenes.
No, they're gonna animate it now.
they're no.
Isn't that what you said?
No, I said an animation company is taking care of it from now on. That doesn't mean that they're just going to animate it straight up.
But you said that was a good possibility.
That
They
was a good
could.
possibility.
He got you.
You don't want to say that as straight fact because people will cancel you.
Oh man, you don't want to get canceled by the Power Rangers community.
All it takes is the Power Rangers episode, and we took off.
Jeez.
That's why our computers never let us go through with that Power Rangers episode. It knew, oh, you're gonna get canceled. It knew that there was
Let me save you from social destruction
Exactly.
and let you love Power Rangers.
He's referring to the very first episode that we wanted to reboot the series with, the podcast with.
CodeO-cast?
Yeah, we wanted to reboot the CodeO-cast with the one episode in which me and him, we went through an article that came out a few years ago that ranks every season from worst to best. It came out in 2016, so the most recent ones are not on there.
Yeah.
So when we recorded that ended up being an hour and a half of us just talking because there's some thoughts that we read off of the article and then we put our own input.
Yeah.
And sometimes I ramble in certain seasons because I have very strong opinions on some.
Okay.
But the issue with that was that my laptop couldn't handle recording our audio and the camera at the same time.
That's rough.
So midway through, it would either just crash, the camera would just crash completely,
Yeah.
or when it would finish, it would not save the video at all. So
Wasn't that fun?
we took 3 tries to do that one before we
Yeah.
scrapped it and did the actual first episode,
We're like,
which is
screw it, dude.
unintentionally
Screw this up.
educational.
Yeah, that
Alright.
episode.
Yeah.
There you go.
Your laptop was just like, I know the Power Rangers community just as much as you do. You're not going through with this episode. Take it from me.
We're using the same laptop. It's gracious now.
Well, yeah.
Well.
What happened?
Mention Power Rangers one more time, it's done.
Yeah. And I guess you just kick it a few times, now it works.
I guess. I mean,
Kick it.
the issue was that we were running 2
And you just
big things at the
punt
same
it.
time, recording a video and audio at the same time. That was the issue.
Okay.
And so with the future podcast, what we started doing is I realized that we didn't have to use Audacity and the camera app at the same time.
Yeah.
I could just make sure that the laptop recognizes these devices
Yeah.
as the main microphone.
Okay.
And then from there, the camera just naturally uses that as the audio intake. So
So rather than trying to use 2 microphones, it registers both of them as just one single microphone.
And so from there, the laptop has to do less work, and we started doing episodes without having much issues.
Oh, that's cool.
So we ended up just scrapping it.
And
Yeah,
now
there you go.
we're here where we record the audio on one device and the video on another device.
Well, so now we got all that going.
Yeah.
$2,000 later.
$2,000 later.
$2,000
And a
later.
bit of bumps and bruises.
We've
and
invested in
we
this,
are
so
going.
you guys can have some content.
Speaking of, now back to the original question. What sort of karate thing you would
Holy crap.
I was literally thinking about that like 30 seconds ago.
I was also thinking, like, didn't we have a second question?
No, he didn't even answer the first one.
Yeah. You guys just took it from there. I was like,
Well,
all right,
Omar
just
did.
take
That was
it.
my fault. I'm sorry.
I was like,
Hey,
all
where'd
right,
you
guys.
drive us, man?
All that from just one question. But no, if we're going back to that question, I would actually go for MMA, but not the sport itself, just because the namesake is mixed martial arts. So you can literally have your own fighting style, just taken from different types of like martial arts styles. Like you can have some bits of Aikido, karate, Muay Thai, stuff like that, all incorporated into like your own fighting style.
Maui.
So, God damn you. So what I did growing up was I wanted to know how to fight because back when I was in middle school, it was bad being both scrawny and short. So I was
It happens.
yeah, I was picked on a lot. And so one of my friends was like, I know I am. Or at least I don't get bullied for it as much.
We just don't
Hey, you tell them who's bullying you. I'll help you.
He's got a gun.
So,
You have a gun.
so
just became popular. That's all I have.
You tell me who bullies you.
So-
I will hurt them.
So sure enough, actually, one of my friends back then told me a similar thing. He was like, "You tell me who's bullying you, and I'll take care of it." And I'm like, "No, dude, no. I don't want anybody else to get involved in this shit." And so he was like, "Well, you're gonna get picked on regardless. Look at you. Look at the way you look. Look at all this. Shit. You're gonna
And
get
I
picked
took
on."
that
no matter
personally.
what." I took that personally. So I was like, "All right, it's inevitable." So what? He's like, "My dad can train you." I'm like, "What do you mean, your dad? I don't even know your dad." He's like, no, but so the dude tells me that his dad actually is an army vet, which he was. So I was like, you know what? If it helps me out, I'll take lessons. So his dad pretty much trained me in the way that they fight in the military, like the army branch and stuff. And then later on in the summer before I went to high school, I took karate lessons too. But not for a lot of time. I just got up to my white belt, and that's just like basic techniques and stuff like that. But I watched a lot of boxing too because of my grandparents, and I had another friend who was into Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So what I did was I would watch all those, I would learn from it, and then I pretty much created my own fighting style based off of that. So what I use right now is a mix of Aikido, karate, army martial arts, Brazilian jiu-jitsu with grapples, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's why I would like mixed martial arts better because it is, as the name implies, a mix, and I can have my own style specifically for me, my speed, my strength, and my body type. So yeah.
Cool.
And you still
So
get
what's your
bullied.
answer?
You can only choose one, you idiot.
I
The
did
answer-
choose one
the answer
mixed
is
martial
yes.
arts.
Yeah.
Technically, it is one.
No, that's pretty cool, dude.
Yeah.
You know, getting a feel for a bunch of different options. I mean, as long as you know something for whatever scenario comes, you know,
Oh yeah, definitely.
whatever, you know, just whatever works.
Me and Omar just get mugged in a scooter park.
What's the martial art to getting yourself out of a flooding car?
A floating car?
That's when you gotta use the 1-inch punch. Break the window.
Ow! My knuckles! I wish I would have
Actually,
practiced.
Just get you a ring, look for like a soft spot in the window.
I'm
You're actually supposed
stupid.
to take off the car seat head. That's distractible. They're used to break the windows.
Boom.
That too.
Now,
I'm
if you ever
stupid, I
find
heard
yourself
flying
in that
car.
situation and you drown, remember us.
And you drown? So like that's after
Please
they've
don't let
drowned?
us be the last thing you think of as you're drowning.
I mean, we'll
It'll
never.
make your drowning experience way worse.
We're never gonna know if we are. So.
We somehow found tears in their eyes after recovering them from drowning.
What?
Exactly. They were obviously thinking of us.
One more thing you should remember from us: if somebody suspends you, always date their niece.
Well, it depends on the looks. All right, let's not always
Oh.
date their niece. Hey, you're not gonna have standards. We all got standards. What if the niece is like non-existent or is a baby?
Not wait.
What?
What?
Hey, you just said niece. You didn't clarify age.
Of age.
There you go.
This is
See,
rough.
general terms don't work.
This is rough.
This is rough, buddy.
Next question.
Next question. And then it says actual question you can talk about for a while. What is your favorite band / song, and what is the message they try to convey?
That is
This
funny.
is too hard of a question.
That is funny. She said the
Next.
actual question you can talk about for a while. It's been
Yeah,
30
we've been
minutes.
talking for like half an hour. The first one.
For the first one that was meant to be
Then
2
again,
minutes.
a lot of that was off topic from the first question.
I'm sorry.
no, it's content, man. It's
That was my
content.
fault.
Just
Gosh,
like
but
this, just
that
like
is-
this penguin. Just like it's content, man.
I was addicted to 3 bands in middle school when I first kind of started listening to rock.
My Chemical Romance, Black Veil Brides, and something with
Steven,
something of the march.
You're
or
gonna be
whatever.
surprised. I didn't listen to them until I got to college.
Oh.
Yeah, because as a kid, I always listened to country music because I grew up in Arkansas. So.
Of course.
Yeah, Arkansas, we were forced upon country. Oh, that's hot. And then in middle school, one of my friends was showing me rock music, and I was like, "Oh, this kind of slaps." And the first band I listened to in rock was Bullet for My Valentine. I was like, "Okay, you got some good songs." And then I got into Linkin Park, Breaking Benjamin, and 3 Days Grace all at the same time, and those were my main three.
Those are a good three.
Yes, those were my main three for like a while. Most of middle school. Definitely a lot of high school, and then I just started listening to a bunch more bands, and then I kind of got out of the whole grunge phase, and I just kind of went into metal and kind of fast-paced punk, pop type of music, and now I don't really have a specific genre I only listen to. I listen to rock a lot, like 60-70% of the time, but I also mix it with so much other music. I don't have a favorite band or a favorite song. I know, but it's literally impossible for me to pick a favorite band or a song because I go into phases. I love songs and then I get over them and I listen to new songs and I love them, and it's just constant phases of just my addictions, getting rid of them, new addictions, getting rid of them. It just keeps going like that.
That's real. Because I feel like I had the same experience with several songs. Because I have the bad habit of listening to the same song over and over. Since now I have much more, I have Spotify, and now I can actually listen to multiple songs.
Wow.
So
Yes.
I only ever sang that in front of you because that was what was popped in my head.
What will you do with a drunken
Sailor?
sailor?
What will you do with a drunken sailor? What will you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
She rises from the words.
She raises when up, she rises early
In the morning.
I have a
Yeah.
Since I already have a feeling which one you might say, I'm gonna just turn it to.
Nah, you're going first, so you
What?
get
No.
first dibs.
No.
You get first dibs.
All right, the one that I feel like you might talk about is probably Eiley, since I introduced you to that
Oh
one.
God. Damn
That song?
Yeah,
It's a good song.
Oh,
It's a good
it's
song.
so good. It's my number one played on my phone right now.
that says something. I don't know if that's good or not.
I don't know what you're talking about.
For
but
all
alright.
of those who don't know, there is a song by the band called Too Close to Touch. The song is called Eiley. And the reason it's called Eiley is because, if I believe I'm correct, the singer's 3-year-old sister,
Oh, that song, right?
younger
okay.
sister, dies from a disease, and he creates a song in which is very emotional. It, I think, is the headliner for the album, and he basically just pours out his emotions to the point where he's crying in the middle of his quote unquote scream portion of the song during the breakdown right before it cuts back to the chorus. And so it's very, very emotional because you just hear him cry, you hear him scream, and they're very genuine. You can feel every single push of energy that he's pouring through the microphone, also fueled by his musicians, because I know this from first experience. The people who are playing with you in the group really help you out, carry through, which is why I feel like some singers would like to have backup bands. It really takes off some of the pressure, and it helps you communicate more when you have other sounds just going on around you.
Song's really good. Band's kind of overrated, but
Yeah.
the song's amazing.
The song's great. I would say y'all check it out. It might take some getting used to for some if you're not very in touch for that genre, which I think it's not. I think it could. I've heard it was hardcore punk or something. It's not punk. It's hardcore something.
There's so many genres. I don't even
Pop
know where to put them.
punk?
It's not pop punk. It's
No.
it's hardcore something. I thought it was post hardcore. Kind of.
It's not post-hardcore. It's not post-hardcore.
But regardless, that's a song that I listened to a good amount, and I really enjoyed it just for its message. And one of my favorite lines in there is, it really resonated with me because it's a question to God, and it's not a blaming of God. So in a certain line, it says, he doesn't ever explicitly say it, but he's questioning God for what happened to him in his life, what happened to his little sister.
Yeah.
And I kind of really like that because it reminds me of all the uncertainness that we have in life, How like sometimes we wake up and we won't know what's gonna happen the next second.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it resonated with me so much to feel that I felt more calm when I heard that line, just to hear someone else say that I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but then life does not have all the answers, but we just have to deal with our emotions that come through with them. So I really enjoyed that song because the lyrics, the music's very good, and it's rare when you see singers carry emotion to that besides just be showing off their vocal ability. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool, dude. Did you want to go next?
I can go next.
All right.
I actually wasn't gonna bring up Ali, but thank you for mentioning it.
You're welcome.
But yeah, listen to that song. Take a listen to that song if you want to cry. I will say that. It almost made me cry too. I could feel the pain in like his voice and everything. But no, if we're talking like favorite bands, it's kind of hard for me to decide because I like different bands in different genres, and I recently got into like not just one specific band, but this kind of series of songs called Pop Goes Punk.
Oh, okay. I love
Or no,
those.
Dude, I've been listening to those for like 6+ years.
Yeah.
I love those covers. They're great.
Yeah, I've heard like a few of them, but then he got me introduced to like the full like album set of it, and I got really into those. But if we're talking favorite bands, I gotta say from classic rock, it's gotta be between AC/DC and Iron Maiden for me. If
Pretty
we're
good choices.
talking like more modern day, I wouldn't say rock per se, but it's kind of like a chill type of rock-ish, like more like space themed, and it's
David Bowie?
no, no. It's a band called Starset.
Oh,
Starset's good.
Yeah.
I was listening to those today, actually.
So that's like more modern, but also within my college years, I've been getting into more J-rock, more J-metal. He introduced me to a band called Baby Metal, actually. It's actually really good. I would suggest taking a listen to them.
And they're actual babies.
No.
No,
I love
they're
their
older than us.
I
Yeah.
love their duo with Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh yeah, I
That
love
song
that
was
one.
great.
That
I
was
listen to
good.
it like once a day.
So they're like my favorite J-metal band, but my favorite J-rock band of all time is this band called My First Story. And Omar knows what I'm talking about because I showed him my favorite song from that band.
It's
Actually,
really good.
Consider using it as like an opener for any series that I make, but I'm like, the process of contracts and copywriting and stuff like that. I didn't really feel like getting into it. But-
That's why we're musicians, so we can eventually
write
make
our
our
own
own intros. That's
Yeah.
why the intro
That-
to this podcast is one I wrote.
Exactly. That's the
Boom.
thought that came into my head. I'm like, I'm a music major. I just took music theory. I know how to write songs. I'm just gonna write my own stuff. So what I do is I use mostly My First Story songs as references, as well as pop punk and the more emo style songs as references for anything that I write.
That's funny when you mention the Pop Goes Punk stuff because that's that whole series of songs made me realize that Taylor Swift can make good lyrics, but she should not sing her own songs. In hands of other people, her songs are great.
You
In
just
ha-
offended the entire Taylor
in
Swift.
hands-
audience.
I like listening to Taylor Swift.
See when she went poppy, like in the
Oh, yeah,
in the
when she
previous years, in the most recent years.
When
I
she was
liked
country,
her-
I liked her when she was
Yeah, I liked
country,
her
but when
country
she went
stuff.
pop, I kind of stopped listening.
Yeah, like her poppy, like those kind of songs in her own hands, they're just not good.
I kind of just never liked her, but you keep going.
Taylor Swift exists, Freddy, and I took that personally.
Yeah.
And so that album or that whole series of songs made me realize that her songs sound great in like other people's hands because those were the ones that get the most recognized, and they were the ones who actually sounded really, really good. Like if this band were the ones that I came across doing the song first, I would have thought they were the original. They just adapted it so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. Actually, when I was listening to some Pop Goes Punk songs, I was like, yeah, these people actually do write good songs. Like, not just Taylor Swift, but there's other artists that are mentioned in there as well that have good songs. They just execute it in a pretty bad way. Like, they would be good in somebody else's hands, as Omar just said. Yeah, no, those are my favorite bands, honestly. And about the message they convey, I don't really care. Music is good. Music is good. That's all I like is just good music.
All right.
Now, if the message they're gonna convey is like really, really awful, then I would stop listening to them.
Yeah.
We're gonna paint a reverse Buddhist priest symbol right here.
You should
Yeah.
stop listening to us. It's a bad message.
Exactly. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool.
I think I
Yeah.
just squished the penguin by accident.
Yeah. Well, honestly, for a long time, I definitely did tier bands that I listened to. So I'll admit, whenever it came to what's your favorite song, what's your whatever, and whenever I hear somebody like, oh, I don't have a favorite, I just like all music. Honestly, I would think they're kind of pretentious, and I already started to not really care about their opinion. Yeah, because I just feel like they just don't want to decide because they're too afraid to make a decision about that. About that. I contradict myself with that a lot. So it's only with this specific question that I ever actually made the effort of making a list out of that, because I just felt like, because that was the only go-to question I can ask, and I didn't like hearing, oh, I just like everything, because then everybody said I like everything, and that kind of annoyed me. So that made me get this. So for our list, I have Nirvana, Seether, Five Finger Death Punch, 3 Days Grace is up there, and there's The Pretty Reckless, In This Moment. Those are at least the top. I'm gonna just say, did I say 5 or something? Those are in the top list. Those are definitely the tops of what I listen to.
6, so it's probably top 10.
Probably top 10. Yeah.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Burger King Foot Lotus.
Yeah.
Number 15, but okay.
It was number 15, but we'll just go with it.
15. I like that number.
Yeah. But funny enough, like when it comes to like songs that I listen to more recurringly, even though I have Nirvana as number 1, I actually listen to Seether songs more often. And the songs that stick out to me most is Rise Above This, which is what he has, and also there's this other song. I'll probably remember it later, but and I'll probably go there because it's a really good song. That one I really like to listen to. But essentially with Rise Above This, so I'm not to go with band names, or not band name, but band members' names, like the artists. Yeah, I just kind of stick with whatever the band is. And so with Rise Above This, if you watch the music video, or you can also get it with just listen to the song. Essentially, it's a song about just like overcoming the thoughts of suicide. Because before I used to, particularly in middle school, going into high school, I would typically kind of have like some depressing kind of thoughts, even sometimes like suicidal thoughts, but I never like went through with it, of course. I mean, unless, my God. But yeah, it
You're
never.
all in the gulag now.
Yeah, I know.
You
But
gotta take one of us out to get out of the gulag.
Yeah,
You're a hell.
exactly. Oh man, explains everything.
That explains
Yeah,
why you're on this channel.
exactly. But I never got into like any self-harming or anything like that. I never did any of that. I never actually went and did drugs or whatever. It always just came to just having the thoughts and stuff. So I don't think I really got all that hit by those things. But even then, like Rise Above This, the singer, when he made the song, his I believe it was his younger brother that actually had committed suicide, and so a lot of his songs will kind of go off the theme of suicide and like kind of overcoming it. There's also the song Fine Again, where it sounds like he's just like that. It's from a perspective of a person that's like hearing stuff from other people about him feeling depressed and stuff like that, and how they're all just telling him that he's gonna that he's just gonna get over it and stuff. But he's saying how but he's not over it right now, and so he's just not with it. And it always sounds kind of like that, and then it gets to the back end where there's kind of like a mindset change or whatever, something thing to show a brighter side of it, of a person actually overcoming that feeling as opposed to like succumbing to it. And in Rise Above This, in the music video, it's showing how like it shows a kid contemplating suicide. He's at the top of a building, and then he actually like jumps. But then it's also throughout the video, it's showing like the different family members, like the mom, the dad, the sister, even the lead singer, and showing that when the kid jumps, like they all jumped with him. Like it not only affected him, but it affected his whole family. And
Plot
so
twist, his family believes him.
exactly, right. But yeah, so that was kind of the whole scene with that music video. and then, but then like after it shows that, it kind of takes a turn showing that the alternative of him actually like being able to get the help he needs for what's going on and stuff, and that instead of him going through with the suicidal thoughts, like he'll just like rise above that and continue or whatever. It's honestly been some times I've heard it. I remember seeing the music video thingy, and like in the video you can see how like the emotion that the artist, the lead singer has when he's like singing it, because like he's basically got like pain in his eyes and stuff. Yeah, and then there's also that second song which is really good, and that one I listened to when I was like depressed and in college in the dorms.
Oh.
And that song's just a really good song. I listen to that song very frequently, and it was kind of along the same things, except instead of it being about that situation, it was more about him remembering how the whole time from that moment up until now, and how he still has like those feelings he wishes could reach to his brother, and that's I think it's called Other Side, I think, because he says I'll see you on the other side, then that's when he'll be able to like talk with them again. I think that's it. I'll go ahead and confirm that right now, but that's basically what I got.
Quick Google search.
Quick Google search.
Because Google always. And increase the size of the penguin. There we go. Now shrink it back down.
Now make it fight me. Girl.
It's called Save Today.
It's only gonna do like 2 different motions. It's
Just
not
2
fight.
frames.
Wasn't it like for the lightsabers they had to like they would use like obviously like prop sabers during the shoots, but they had to go back and digitally add the effect per frame,
Yeah.
and that's why it took even like maybe like I don't know how much longer it added time to the movie, but
I think the original ones, their lightsabers were extremely fragile. That's why the fight in episode 4 is so weak sauce, because any wrong move and the whole thing would break.
oh jeez.
Wow.
Be glad you're not an editor for that, and that you're only an editor for this channel.
But I absolutely loved the description of the song and the impact it had on you. That's pretty good. I was like feeling it right now. As we were speaking of it.
Oh, thanks,
I
man.
spoke of Star Wars to get rid of the pain. On the outside it's skirt, but on the inside it hurt.
Oh.
Yeah.
I drink to forget, but I always remember. What?
I only
Remember to drink.
to forget.
Yes. Remember to drink your water.
Stay hydrated. Don't be dehydrated.
Whiskey's better than water.
Oh.
Make sure of it.
Water makes you pee. Whiskey makes you
Glee.
ski.
Ski? How can you ski if
Riveting.
there's no snow?
It's wise sage advice. Anyways, those are my favorite songs. I don't know. Trying to
Killing it, guys.
I don't know. Which
Killing it. Any awkward signs will just cut out.
the awkward science.
Yeah.
The next question. Oh wait.
That's it. We only had 2
Wait,
questions.
did you say you had like fan art or whatever?
Yeah,
Or
I'm gonna
something?
put it up
We're
on
gonna
the screen.
post it up.
This is the fan art.
Wait, can we see the fan art?
Yes, I'm gonna show it to
Dude,
you.
that's some good fan art.
No.
That's not some fan art of
Yeah.
us.
Tommy and Bonnie.
What?
I'm tired. I have my sleepy time.
Dang, dude, sleepy time tea for all your sleepy time needs.
Whoever doesn't know about the podcast, Sleep With Me. Watch the podcast,
What?
Sleep With Me.
So this is the first.
Oh,
one
I
that
did
was
see
made.
that. I did see that.
So this
fan
is
art,
we're all
actually.
by, and you won't know until you try. That's the first one I'm gonna put up.
It's great.
And then
we
It's
have-
amazing.
The I'm a mistake.
I love that. As well.
We need to get those on shirts, dude.
Yeah, and
Who
then
made-
well,
And then there's this one that's actually like hand drawn.
yeah, I was about to show them to that.
That's amazing.
I love this
Who
one.
makes these?
A friend of mine who's in the Discord named Bex.
That's great.
Wow.
Yeah, they're tattoo artists. So
That's pretty
they're
sweet.
good at
Dude, if
drawing.
we can get that tattoo on somebody, that'd be cool.
just see, like a,
I would die happy.
dude, just like a fan submission of them with the tattoo because we're all bi here.
Dude, I I think I'm gonna get a tattoo of a buy bottle. Like,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I spend like $100 a month on buy already, so I might as well.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
dude, you're supporting them single-handedly.
I buy like those 6-packs of buys like every week.
Oh,
So you like to
okay.
buy? All right, nice.
Yeah.
Quack, quack, quack.
we're not promoting prostitution.
What?
That's your thing.
What?
You said you buy buys. That's what I took it.
He said bye-byes.
Bye. What? How does that translate to prostitution?
All I
Because
know-
you're purchasing a bisexual.
Oh.
Are bi people not people?
Yeah, you stupid idiot. Why do you hate bisexuals, Cody?
Dang, Cody, coming out?
No.
Oh no.
Oh my God, is he doing it? Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
No.
Tell us.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Really?
No.
You guys are
No.
A couple?
Dang, I always knew.
No.
A couple of.
Couple of K-Wads.
Yeah, the game was right. Yeah.
No.
We always knew it. We're proud of you guys.
No offense, but never.
Dang.
Okay.
Never.
Well, you know what else rhymes with bye? The goodbye. Start the outro.
I didn't know that was the
In
case.
Subreddit's 19-year-olds, and I'll measure your PPs on the next episode of Luai.
What?
That's PewDiePie's outro for every episode. Don't don't put that on there. We'll get copyrighted.
That's his intro.
That's his intro for every episode. We'll get copyrighted.
I'm trying to
Jeez.
contemplate what the
Also,
fuck I just
also,
heard.
PewDiePie allows any of his videos to be posted without.
Leave your entries in the subreddit's
All right.
19-year-olds.
My God.
Okay. Well, sing us out, Cody. Woo! Come on.
She said no.
Not an insider.
It was good talking to you guys again.
Hey,
All right.
bye.
Anyways, thank you for joining us for this episode of the CodeO-cast. Leave a like, leave a subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment down below on what we should do for our next video.
Hey, we
Any
might even ask you
suggestions?
questions, dude.
Hey man,
Like,
actual
give us some
questions next time,
How well can you
and not just two.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna get all the answers out
Hey.
there, every single one of them. And if we don't, your
Yes.
money back guaranteed.
We don't get
But
paid
you
for
posted
this.
it. But you posted it for free, so you're not getting anything unless you want to pay us for it. Maybe
What are
we're
you
considering
doing?
the options.
Anyways, guys, thank you for joining us today. Towards the end of this video, you should see a recommended video right here. Right here.
Boom.
Our most recent video
Boom.
over here. And the subscribe
Boom.
button right down here, right in front of this penguin.
Smash that button.
Don't put my iPhone in now. I have to kill myself.
And remember,
Editor,
there's a
put-
gaming channel with lots of content to come.
Dig. Let's go.
Dude, we're going all the games, dude.
Heck
we're
yeah,
here-
dude.
We're moving from Castle Crashers. We're going into like big AAA games like Death Stranding.
Oh, heck
to
yeah.
the little
You want to
indie
see Norman
developers.
Reedus' ass? Go check out that video.
Exactly, and also I hear there's a dating simulation in the works. Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God,
Oh,
Cody
yeah.
wants to
Cody
date
and
a horse.
Jesus want
Why
to do
us?
a dating
I thought
sim.
it'd be us two.
No, you guys want to do a dating sim.
Okay, it's
We'll
us
discuss
two.
the particulars later, but let us know what games you want. us to
Anyways,
see us
dating
play.
sim guaranteed, man. Do more than one dating sim.
Those
You
are the
never
ones
know.
we're working out. Also, soon to come, Brutal Legends. If you don't know that game, you should, because it's a great game. It's my favorite game.
Heck yeah.
It's one of the favorite games. It's like kind of tied with Kingdom Hearts, so it's the best only game.
Oh, heck yeah.
It doesn't have a franchise, sadly.
So make sure you go subscribe to that channel as well as our channel right here, and we'll see you in the next video.
Deuce.
Later, guys.